Did you guys know about the Creature Crate Patreon? Every month you'll get amazing files that you can make, like this Donkey Kong, this dragon, this robot tech scarab, this Cerberus, or this super cool set of Bulbasaurs. You can also sell the prints from these files as an authorized seller. Join the Creature Crate Patreon now. Link is in the description below. Hey guys, what's up? Nico again here. And in this 3D Printed Profits episode, I have Zero all the way from Malaysia joining us. And he's also making money with 3D printing. So we're going to go through his business. We're going to ask him how he got started, so on, all that stuff. So make sure you guys join us in the 3D Printed Hustle, 3D Printing Side Hustle group on Facebook. The link for that is in the description below. And if you guys stay till the very, very end, I'll give you your own product idea for your own 3D printing side business. So welcome to the show, Zero.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So let's start with your background here, man. How did you get started in 3D printing and what's your background?
My background is actually a CG artist, or a graphic designer / software programmer.
Okay.
Yeah, but I started the whole 3D printing and 3D modeling since the lockdown for the pandemic. Yeah.
So about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago, yes.
Okay. And what is it exactly that you sell? What is your business?
Well, basically, I'm doing 3D models. Then I put it on the platform, the websites, and people buy 3D models from me. The 3D models that I made is basically made specifically for 3D printing. So, which is, all the time when you see on the website, perhaps in Facebook's social medias, that people asking, where is the STL? It's pretty much everyone asking that. So I'm the guy who is doing the STL. I'm the guy who makes them upon request or depending on my own interests. And I make them. Some of them, if sometimes I come up with some ideas or got some sort of inspiration, then I'll make one and then I'll just put it onto platforms that you guys are pretty familiar with. Creality Cloud, Couch 3Ds, Etsy, stuff like that. And then, yeah, so people buy them and they download them and they get to print it. And of course, on my side, all the designs are basically royalty free, and also it's commercial license. So basically, yeah.
Okay. So what is it? What do you specialize in? Because there's a bunch of 3D files out there, right? Like there's toys, there's figures, there's cosplay stuff, there's you name it, they're out there. What is it exactly that you specialize in, and what kind of files do you sell?
I'm actually doing all kinds of designs. Okay. Not so much on toys, but I've done toys before, and I also do a lot of uncensored stuff.
All right.
Yeah, and also figurines, those anime figurines. I've also got stuff like household items like toothpaste topper, and recently I've been doing this incense cone burner, and yeah, and pretty much all kinds of stuff. If you browse my website, yeah.
Cool, man. So how much money are you making a month on your business?
Okay, on the low side, it's going to be somewhere around 300 USD per month. On the high side, it should be around 1,000 per month. But 1,000 per month would have to include custom orders. Custom orders such as if I got like 2 past requests, is that sometimes they have some personal requests about certain designs, certain kind of tools, items, and they wanted to do it, but they can't find someone else to do it. Okay, so basically I'm the guy to go to. So for example, one of those logos, kind of like plates on the cars where they have LED lights to light up. So a guy who has a different logo from a different car and he wants me to custom make it with certain slots and behind, so they can place an LED so that when he drives the cars or he power ups the cars, then for example, the logo just lights up. Or sometimes a customer that he has a sketch from his relative, and he just wanted that sketch to be made into 3D. Now he can do 2D sketch. He has drawn something, and he showed it to me, a couple of angles and views, and says he wanted this to be done in 3D, and so that he can print it out. So yeah, I've done that, and also there was a request from a comic book publisher where it's more towards an indie comic book publisher. So they made a character and I made it out for them.
Okay. So you have a lot of anime stuff, and you do some custom stuff too. So how did you get your first customers when you first started? How did that come up?
Well, the first time when I started, I was making one of those 3D artworks, word shape. I call it a 3D word shape. I don't have a model here because I just gave it up to my friends. So what happened is, you know, one of the words that you have a logo that says love, right? Character says love, but when you flip it up and it shows a heart shape.
Gotcha.
Okay? Yeah. So I saw that on Facebook. Someone else made it, and that gave me an idea. So then I started to make all kinds of words and logos, and someone pops up and says that, hey, I wanted to make something with my name, for example. Okay, and he wanted to make actually his friend's name, and he wanted the shape of a train. So because his friends likes trains. So what I did the same thing, and that's the first time that I got it. But that was the first time that someone approached me via Facebook. And since then, I noticed that if I do some stuff, create some sort of design, as long as I post it up to Facebook, then people would notice it. And pretty much the same marketing strategy that everyone uses on Facebook. Just post it to the right group, that the right people that they need it, and you know, some of them would notice you, and if they like it, then slowly they'll contact you. So from there, and of course, I learned that there are platforms that can actually upload it and just further expand the whole idea. Yeah.
I see. And so what happened next? So you started getting a few customers here and there.
After that, I started to do more models because you're probably aware that each STL models on the internet, even if you would actually pay for it, it's not going to cost a lot, right? It's some of them would just cost like 50 cents to $1, and on my side, most of my designs are going to be in the range of $3 to $5.
Okay.
Only on certain figurines that is going to end up at somewhere around $10. That's it. So it's not going to be a lot on the design. But what I figured I can do is, if I can't get the price higher, then why not I make more of it? So I started to do all kinds of designs, picked up all kinds of ideas on Facebook. Pretty much when someone else posted something on Facebook asking for STL, then I would just look into it and say, yeah, that's something I can do. Then I'll just do it. And once I've done it, then if it's something that is unique, then yeah, probably that's going to be one design, and maybe just 1 or 3 person will like it. But if that idea, for example, it's a household item for a toothpaste topper, for example, right? So a toothpaste topper is an idea, but it can be any kind of toothpaste topper. So you can have a mushroom toothpaste topper or a coffee cup toothpaste topper, so to say. So what happens is that when you have that category, that kind of idea, then you can just multiply by all kinds of designs, but with the same thing. So that's what I did. And every time I browse Facebook, and there are a lot of people submitting ideas. Some of them are just for funny jokes, yeah, mainly for humor. But again, those are really great source of ideas. And not necessarily that whatever you made is gonna, someone will actually just buy it. I've got designs that it's been sitting there for years and no one has ever even wanted to download anything at all. But that's the thing. If you cannot get set the price and the high price on your design. So what you can do is make more, spread the design, spread all of it, so you get a large quantity. And that quantity, when each of them it's a price of $3, then if for example, if you make,
I see. So you're
yeah,
saying they should take, say, like a toothpaste topper and expand that into several other things, but it's still a toothpaste topper, right?
it's still a toothpaste topper, yes.
Okay.
So it's other than
So
toothpaste topper, yeah.
so what software are you using to design?
Oh, I started off with Tinkercad. So it was Tinkercad because that was the easiest platform and software to approach, right? So all you need to do is just to register the website and started dragging what do you call it, polygons, shapes, and then you just cut and boolean, that's it. Then followed by the next one, which is more powerful, would be Blender 3D. Blender 3D is pretty much everywhere. Everyone's using it. Okay. Other than that, there are like ZBrush. I'm not using ZBrush, but what I'm using is Blender 3D right now. But for quick designs, sometimes I would just go into Tinkercad and get a very basic model set up. Then I export it and import it into Blender 3D. In Blender 3D, that's where we do the refinings, sculptings, and so on. And at the end, render it with lightings so that the whole thing looks very nice.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. So how else does a business make money? Do you sell prints or do you sell solely digital files?
Solely digital files, because I used to try to sell prints, but to me, I have a different concept from others, right? I can actually sell prints, and I can even what do you call it, print a lot and start selling, because I can design myself. And if you can design yourself and you can sell prints, that will basically double up whatever you can and whatever you can make. Now, what happened is that I try to avoid prints on my own because I don't have the time. I don't really have the setup. I only got one MP3, so V2. And to me, selling print is going to be very time consuming. And because of the limitation on my time to make 3 models, if I spend time on 3 models, I don't really have time for prints, which is why I decided all on digital prints. Yeah. The idea on my side is that if I make designs and it's basically digital, right? So if I put on a platform and it stays there and customer will just come and buy. So I would have certain free times that is not so packed.
I got you.
That,
it's actually better for some people to sell just the digital files if they know how to 3D model, because you make it one time and you can sell it over and over again.
Yes, the idea is supposed to be passive income. So selling 3D models, it's more towards passive income compared to an active income.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's smart, man. So do you sell mainly on cults or do you have your own website?
I don't have my website yet. I sell it on cults. I sell it on Etsy. I sell it on, well, right now it's Creality Cloud. I'm actually featured on Creality Cloud.
So does Creality Cloud allow you to sell digital files?
Yes. Right.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Creality Cloud started out and I approached them. They approached me as well. And I was one of the experienced program user program experience member. And I told them that they should actually allow merchants, designers to upload and sell models. Because when they started off, you know that everyone can actually upload, but it wasn't allowed to sell. All right, right now they're allowed to sell. So I was approached, and they had this program which is called a Creality Designer Partnership. So everyone can apply, and I applied, and I think I am one of the first few designers that was being collaborated with them. I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell my.
No, it's all right. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, man. So what's working today in terms of marketing? What's driving traffic and bringing up the sales?
Currently, in terms of marketing, it's usually, I would say that social media.
Okay.
Social media is the strongest platform. I mean,
Now,
as far as I
when you
know,
say social media, is it Facebook? Is it TikTok?
it's mainly on Facebook. To me, it's on Facebook. Yeah, and some people would put it on TikTok and others, but because you need to have an actual page that has more details, and you need to have a specific groups targeted to that team and that needs, right? So if I'm working on uncensored 3D models, then naturally I'll be posting all of it into those groups.
Gotcha.
And if I'm making family-friendly models, like toys and other stuff, then I would post it onto family groups, right?
Gotcha.
So the same way, yeah. So if I'm making planter box or flower pots, naturally I'll be joining into groups where they have 3D printings, or I'll just join into groups that are more towards gardening. And I just started to post some photos, some links, and then, hey, this is my design. And I made something like that. If you're interested, then just click on the links and see what where it leads to. At the same time, it could be helping to promote 3D printing technology, because there are still a lot of people in the world that are unaware of 3D printings.
Right, I agree.
So, yeah.
So what are you working on now? What's the future of Fundrazr?
Well, Fundrazr basically recently just started another second campaign with Creality. So I've made like 4 to 5 models for them, and Creality is actually doing a new campaign where they give away free models if you purchase their premium package on CrealityCloud. So that's that's one of the recent models that I've done for them, and I have also completed about 2 weeks ago, which is I call it a twisted lady chess set. Basically, it's a chess pieces, but it's done in a more uncensored method. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Bottom line is naked ladies, but with funny designs. Yeah, and I'm working on a recording last night. It's like 50% done on showing how do I model a 3D figurine. So yeah, it'll be posted on the website, on the YouTube soon.
That's
when
cool,
it's
man.
done. Yeah.
So that's it for me, man. Let's wrap this up with your #1 tip for anyone who wants to start their own 3D printing business.
Well, not so much on 3D printing, but if it's on 3D digital, the first thing first is that if you have an idea to design, just do it. I mean, don't wait. And if you're worried about failing the design, don't worry, because trust me, if you Google on YouTube on anything about 3D modeling, you get tons and tons of gurus, awesome YouTubers making all the videos about how they make all the designs. So just dive into it, and anything you don't know, you can just search around and there's bound to be answers.
Awesome.
As for 3D printing, well, I suppose this is going to be really good side hustling for everyone, because basically this is like the next step thing that we have right now. So 3D printing is going to be a very good income if you can have 3D modeling and 3D printing at the same time. So for 3D printers, that people who are doing 3D prints, if you really want to do it, start with AutoCAD, start with basic models. The whole key thing is that if you wanted to do design but you don't know where to start, very simple. Start dragging a box and start dragging spheres. Just align it up with a shape that is close to it, merge them together, and you started to know where you're supposed to cut off certain parts. And that's quite simple. Yeah.
Cool, man. So I told you guys, if you guys stay to the very, very end, I'll give you your own product idea for your own 3D printing side hustle. And today's product idea is going to be candle molds. Look, you guys. So a few episodes ago, I told you guys you should do negatives, actually for the positives for soap molds. You can do the same thing for candle molds. Now, I don't know much about candles, but I'm pretty sure you can also mold those. So what you guys can do is you can 3D model, right? Or find a model of a candle that you guys want to make, 3D print it, make the mold from it, and then pour your wax with all your, your wick and so on and so forth on there, right? So that's one way you guys can use 3D printing for your own side hustle. So again, Zero, appreciate you being on the show, and I'll catch you guys later in the next episode. Peace.
Okay.